knowing who to take counsel from and who not to. Very critical. Let me explain. Everybody's going to give you advice. Everybody. So, for example, we started going through a phase which was like, so we want to do a meeting and you guys give your advice on how we can make the company better. Because this is out of an article we read. It's so nice because it's great when everybody gives feedback. Give us your feedback on what you think. So all of a sudden, this feedback, I think we're doing this wrong. I think we're doing that wrong. I think we're doing this wrong. And then all of a sudden I'm sitting there saying, terrible idea. Who are you to tell us we're doing these things wrong? And then I realize credibility is what's predicated based on your advice being heard. You can put a lot of advice you want. By the way, again, what I'm saying, a lot of people are not going to agree with. Because if you go read Huffington Post, if you go read Fortune Magazine or Money Magazine written by these journalists, they say things like, you have to be willing to want to hear everybody. Wrong if you want to build a big organization, because you could be taking advice from somebody that's never made more than $45,000 a year, telling you how you're doing 10 different things wrong, and then you're sitting there saying, what am I doing this here for? This makes no sense to me. You can't lose your core. So I started looking. Who is given the advice? What is the credibility? What is the expertise? What is the background? How long have you been here to know the culture, to know what we stand for, to know the history of it? Then I'm willing to take counsel from you. There's a lot of consultants when you start a business and you become a CEO. You pay me $20,000, I'll be able to fix your problems for you. Ma'am, if you're so good at solving my problems for me, you would never be a consultant. You go run a company and be a CEO if you're such an expert. Why did you become a consultant in the first place? You know, a lot of times people become consultants because they couldn't make it in the world of business. Running a business is not easy. All of these coaches, I'm a life coach. I'm doing all this other stuff. If you're so incredible at being a life coach, why don't you go build a company and have a couple hundred employees and sell it for a couple $1 billion? But that's not what I like to do. No, because you know it's hard. There's a big difference between talking about all these cultural articles, 19 points where people to love each other and have autonomy and all these other things. Nice, great, sweet, looks very good in a utopian world where unicorns fly. When you're running a business, it's a completely different ballgame. You have to understand who to take advice from and who not to take advice from based on where they're at. Again, not a lot of people are going to agree with this, but I'm giving you the mistakes I made, and you can do whatever you want to do with it.